Move on to something else, and I'd like us to look at an article that ran in the Saturday Nation, and it caused a lot of talk left, right and center. And this is one written by one Njoki Chege, and it was to do with I'll just read some of the excerpts, and I'm sure we'll be showing you some of the pointers there. For those who may not have read this particular article, it was called Fat Women, Let's Tackle This Elephant in the Room. Now, some of the statements that I'll just read some of them. I have been keenly following this plus-size debate, especially on social media. It is getting out of hand. Dear readers, these misguided fat women think that big is beautiful, and they even calling themselves authentic African women. That's just one of the statements. And then she continues to say, what nonsense. I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat this, but big is not beautiful. Okay, we have others there where she says you are a fat child because your mother overfed you and because you didn't move around enough to burn fat. I mean, she's gone on and on and on. Don't sit there with a bucket of ice cream and lie to us that you are stressed. You are just a glutton, a fat one. And there's more that continues. I don't know if you managed to read the article, but let me start with you, Mwenda Kilani, and your take on this kind of article and it bordering on, is it truth, is it abusive, is it insensitive?
Well, according to statistics, 20% of women in Kenya are overweight or obese. So, and the fifth biggest killer is lifestyle causes such as obesity. So it is a serious issue, a very serious issue. But I think she relied too much on stereotypes of what we assume people who are overweight are. There are some genetic causes why people are overweight. I mean, the lifestyles we live today, people don't have time to work out as they do before. They go to work early in the morning, they leave late at night. And also poverty. Poverty is a big reason. You can't afford to buy good, nutritious food anymore. So I think she should have talked about those issues more than just assuming people just want to be overweight. She was relying too much on stereotypes. But it's also, I mean, she was trying to get a buzz on an article, so she would be bombastic with her language. Okay. Yeah.
Ohito, do you feel like it was a genuinely written article, or it was just one to cause debate, which it did? In which case, if that was the objective, it did definitely get the objective.
If Njoki Chege was my intern, so be it. And if she wanted to get attention from the audiences, I think she got as much as she did. Sometimes it forces editors and reporters to go out and hit very hard. The only problem I have with the article is the choice of words, foul language, and she starts by writing saying this is not the first time I'm doing this. I think if we were engaging the younger reporters like Njoki Chege in problem-solving journalism, she would have written a brilliant award-winning piece. But when the story only talks about fat women, you see what we call gender bias. What about fat men? I know enough of them in town and at home. And she should have brought them on board. If she went just ahead by prescribing what solutions these people would work towards, that would be good. Not just by running. You can run and keep the same weight or even add more, because when you run out of energy. You know, it's a scientific thing. It revolves around metabolism. So she needed to do a little research, involve a few experts in her piece, and get voices of persons who are willing to share this personal problem of overweight or being obese with her, and then she would move the story to the next level.
But she could say her objective was mainly to, because from this article, it looks like it's not so much the health side of it, but the fact that let the women who are fat, according to her, not think they're beautiful. Let them not.
I will want to remind her that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. I have enough dozens of friends who like them big. So where she gets her statistics, which are also theories, also tells you on how the quality of our research and grounding on matters of weight is very poor. And I expected the editor, and her very good Saturday editors, Tim Wanyonyi, the managing editor, is a very good friend of mine, a very solid journalist, to have guided her story in the right direction. unless they intended to just provoke those
reactions.
I was looking at its article online this morning, and it has a lot of comments. So it did what it was supposed to, as you said. It was supposed to create a buzz. I'm sure the editors knew that, to create a buzz. And the people who are commenting either support her, I mean full-heartedly, with
yes, because it was either side. There are those who say she's absolutely spot on.
Exactly.
There are those
who are completely offended by that comment. And her job was to do that. She's not a scientific journalist who's going to give us arguments why or why I should not do this. Her job was to get that argument.
Let's not run away from responsibility. As an editor, as a writer, you're writing to the public. Your language must not be foul. What happens when you have your daughters and sons reading the kind of foul language, you know, that is crap, you know, some which I do not want to repeat on air, and you know, the manner in which the language was coached was foul. And if surely you write today to the Media Council, she will have to be someone to be told.
But she's not
down.
She's just expressing a personal opinion. It was a personal opinion piece.
It is a personal opinion, but I think we should be careful about elevating it to seem like it's a congent discussion about obesity. It is not.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point.
This is what I might call click porn or clickbait. You know? She's writing it to cause controversy, but it's controversy for its own sake. It's not about starting a debate.
It's not. Because she didn't put
it's simply about causing a controversy so many people can come and read the article, you know, or visit her blog. You know, and the newspaper, I think, to its shame, runs it because it wants people to come and come to its pages, whether it's online or to buy the newspaper. You know, it's unfortunate. You know, I won't dwell on what she said and say I don't think it is worth the time. You know, but there is a discussion to be had, you know, about obesity, about its causes, etc. It is not to be had in the terms that Njoki Chege wrote, you know. In fact, that distracts from the debate itself, you know, and from the real issues that we should be talking about, you know. And in that sense, I think it's better we just sort of keep off.